back to my channel. I hope you all had an amazing Christmas morning, whatever you celebrate and however you celebrate it. So I have been thinking about doing some episodes where we talk about different things. Catherine actually made a suggestion through a comment with, you know, teaching you guys lessons and helping you guys expand your consciousness and stuff like that. So that is what I'm going to do, because we did step into a very important time. The next year for you is going to be very important, so I am going to dig into a lot. I have spoken about some of these things in past videos. I made a December shift video where I mainly talked about this as well, but we're going to go a little bit more into details today. I'm going to explain a little bit more. We're going to talk about Ascension Symptoms for you to realize if you are stepping into this 5D world, what you can do if you have these symptoms. We're going to talk about the Age of Aquarius. Yeah, we're going to go through a lot of magic. And then I will see what else I can film for you guys. So again, if you have some specific topics you want me to talk about, make a comment with it and I'm going to film it. Yeah, I might put it as live so that, you know, you guys can communicate with each other while you watch this, share experiences. You can ask me questions, because obviously I'm going to be there while it's live. But the last days of 2020, I am going to see if I can post every day. I might, to make it easier for myself, film more episodes on one day and then just post one video each day. Because I know how important it is for you guys to, you know, to have someone who lights the way for you during this time, especially because we are, you know, in the middle of a scary time with the situation, and, you know, things are a little bit unknown, and I want to guide as many people as I can during this time. Also for you guys to learn that you don't have to invite fear or worry into your life, because we are stepping into another vibration. So that is what we're going to talk about today. I don't know how long this video is going to be. I don't know how long other episodes are going to be, but we're just going to take it as it comes. Yeah, I'm going to speak from my heart like I always do, because that is what my spirit guide Shiva is always guiding me to. So yeah, I might actually, if you guys want, try to make a hypnosis video. The batteries are already blinking and it's a brand new battery. The spirits are already here. Yeah, but I want to do like a hypnosis video that you guys can, you know, listen to. It's going to be like a guided meditation for you guys to meet your spirit guides or get the information that you need. Okay, but I think I'm going to change the battery before it dies, so it doesn't die in an important sentence that I'm about to say. So I'll be back in a second. I'm back. So I have something to drink. I hope you guys are going to grab something to drink as well. So I also made a little bit of notes yesterday, so I could prepare. I'm going to burn some mugwort, because mugwort opens up for the other realm. So I just want to invite guides in. I will put it in this magical little pot. I don't know, someone actually made a comment with what it's called. Now I can't remember it anymore. We have a Yankee candle. I have my 2 crystals. I have lapis lazuli, the big one, and I have my angel light, because it helps me a lot to sit with these 2 crystals when I dig deep into the spiritual, because I tend to get inputs from my angels and guides. The angelic beings. I just realized, like, I did the, you know, and Shiva told me that how I do it again. But Shiva explained to me it's because I have something important to tell now. It's very important. Yeah. But during the past year, we have spoken a lot about expanding our consciousness, spiritual awakening, dark night of the soul, the universe, astrology, how much it affects us, how much our chart affects us. Moon, my cat was just like, had her ears up and was looking at me. Are you listening, Moon? This is yawning. That might be a confirmation for me. Yeah, and we have spoken a lot about enlightenment. But before that I dig deeper into it, let's talk a little bit about the cosmic significance that happened on the 21st of December. And the energy that it brought in is the energy that you're going to feel for a very, very long time. And obviously there is a lot of layers to this, so I'm going to try to go into as many details as I can with remembering as much as I can. So if I say something wrong, you know, I'm sorry. If I forget something, I might, you know, put a clip in of me in the future speaking about it. But today we are just going to scrape the surface of what is happening. Yeah. And I feel now that I had this with my throat, because I can feel there's still something that's lingering. And I feel that it is something that's happening for a lot of us, that our throat chakra wants to be cleared. I thought that it was something. I did hear someone say take a deep breath. But yeah, I don't know what the last thing was that I talked about. See, this is what happens when I do these videos with speaking from my heart. But I know you guys liked it. Or liked this because you liked it when I did it with the spiritual awakening video. If you haven't seen this video, I will link it up here. But on the 21st of December, Saturn and Jupiter was like overlapping each other. They were apart, but it looked like they were very close. And this is, you know, a very rare happening, a very rare conjunction of these two planets. And it is something that does happen every 20th year, I think it is. But in the past we haven't been able to see it this bright, or, you know, to see it at all. And I think that last time it happened, where it was not as powerful as it is today, or it is right now, because there's a lot of factors that makes this very significant for us human beings, for our planet. Because in the past, I think it was 1623 last time this happened, where it was as close as it could get to what it was this time. And, you know, again, it's like every, is it 600 or 800 years that it gets that close. Also, again, like I said, there's many layers to this, because also both Jupiter and Saturn is in Aquarius, so it is once in a lifetime probably. And it was there to open up for something very special for us, that's going to help us. And I'm going to, you know, go into details about what it is. And a lot of you guys might have been, you know, lucky to see it when it happened. I was not, but I felt it, and for me that was way more powerful. That was what I needed. So if you haven't gotten to see it, don't worry, because another thing that I always try to explain to you guys, we are on a different journey than other people, so you will not have the same experiences. You might have the same symptoms, or you might have the same yeah, as close as the same happening to other people as what happened to other people, but it will not be the same journey. So if someone says that they saw it bright and, you know, whatever they felt, don't be like encouraged, is that how you say it, just because you didn't feel the same way, because it will happen to you, you know, the perfect moment in the perfect way. And again, I didn't see it, but I felt it. And I got a lot of uploads, and these uploads are still happening every day. It's mind-blowing, and that's why I took a day off yesterday, because so much happened. I have been dreaming so much, which is one of the symptoms. I am going to go into details with it after. And as I said before, this is something that, you know, happens every 800 years or something like that, so you will not see this in your lifetime again. Well, if you're a vampire you might, but other than that. And a lot of people have and are talking about this conjunction as the Christmas star. So, you know, who knows, maybe it is the Christmas star of Bethlehem, is that how you call it? Is that the star that they followed back then? I mean, who knows? Can we debunk it? Probably not, because it happened many years ago, you know? But again, the world is open to miracles now. I don't know why I totally got like, whew. Like shockwaves, vibrations that comes with emotions. It's so strange. I'm telling you guys, we are going through very, very strange happenings. And I know that a lot of you guys experience it as well. And I know that I can see an outline of something or someone. So someone is here. And I had another vision some days ago too, where we all got paired up, or there was other people there who got paired up with another person from somewhere. And it's so funny because it was a guy I got paired up with. I don't know, I can't remember everything, but it was so strange. But I remember that we spoke. I just felt like someone touched my hand. Stop. I remember that I asked him where he was from, and he said New England. New England. I'm not sure. I mean, I heard about it, but where is that? Is it like Salem or something like that, maybe? That was the thing that popped up. That we were standing in a round. There was something in the middle, I can't remember what it was. And there was other people there who also got paired up with a special person. Yeah, so that is just what I remember. I just wanted to share that, because again, there's so many things happening right now that we're supposed to, I heard, keep an eye on, pay attention to. So we went from the age of Pisces, and I feel like with the age of Pisces we have opened up emotionally. We have learned to express and experience our emotions in a new way. And I'm not sure, I don't think anyone is completely sure how long an age of a zodiac sign lasts, but I think there's something about 206, no, is it 2,600 years or something like that, that we are in a zodiac sign with that. I'm not sure, correct me if you know more about it, but I remember that there's something about that we will be in the Age of Aquarius for the next 2,600 years or something like that, as far as I remember. But yeah, I feel like we have learned to handle our emotions during this time. we are still learning, obviously. We're still learning this, you know, and there is a lot of debates, is that what you call that? Like, people always discuss about, like, have we been in the Age of Aquarius, you know, already? Are we stepped into it? Are we, you know, some people feel like we still have to step fully into it, but I feel like we have been prepared to step into the Age of Aquarius, because I know that I have said that we are in the Age of Aquarius for the longest time. I think I've said that for the past 2 years, actually, ever since I started to use this a channel for tarot and the spiritual. So I feel like we have had this mix between the Pisces energy and the Aquarius energy, and I feel like it's a very important combination for us. Also, Pisces is the zodiac sign of the spiritual powers, dreaming. So I really feel that we have, see the camera stopped, so I really feel that we have learned a lot during the Pisces age. Learning about spiritual abilities, learning about dreaming, learning about sacrifice, I heard, which makes sense because Pisces is ruled by sacrifice energy. And I am not talking about going out and sacrifice animals. I'm talking about sacrificing time, or other people sacrificing time for you, sacrificing, you know, like, yeah, realizing a lot of things, like the Hermit or the Hangman energy. As far as I remember, there's an other deck that I have where I think it's the Hangman is pictured by a sacrifice card. I can't remember if it's the Psychic Tarot or if it's the sister deck to that's green instead, because there's 2 different decks with from that series. So yeah, sometimes we also need to learn to be there for other people. I feel that's also something that we have learned, which is to say, you know, other people learn the same when it comes to us and people close to them. And obviously, Pisces being ruled by the moon, I feel like we have learned about we have learned a lot about the moon phases, how the moon affects us, illusions. So it's been a very learning process that I will say, you know, is something that has affected all of you, obviously, because I don't think that anyone watching out there is over 2,000 years old. I mean, who knows? Again, if aliens are real, who doesn't say that I was just about to say Scorpio people. Well, what I wanted to say, vampires are real. I mean, who knows? You know? Yeah. If they are real, they probably also live under rules where they can't just come out and, you know, tell how it's, you know, what's up. You never know. So yeah, we are now finally fully stepping into the Age of Aquarius, which I am very, very, very excited about. I know a lot of you guys are excited about it as well. And if you're like, well, why should I be excited about it? I'm going to tell you why. With this combination of Pisces and Aquarius, I feel like it's been a good mix, and I feel that it has actually helped us enlighten or bring more light into our life. Enlighten us, yeah, I guess you can say that, right? For us to realize that we have all the tools inside of us, and I have recently really started to talk about that. And it's something I want to do more videos about, because that we do have all the tools inside of us to awaken. Because I feel like a lot of people, and I see this on my channel, a lot of people are like, well, I don't have psychic abilities, or I can't, you know, read tarot, or I can do this, or I can't do that. Whatever it is that you want, you have the tools inside of you. Obviously, we are on different pathways, but we all are spiritual beings having a human experience. We are all energy, and we know that everything else around us is energy. We can manipulate that energy. We can manifest with that. Yeah. And this age is going to be very significant for us because that we are being given a new gift, new abilities, higher vibration. It comes with a spiritual insight. It comes with I don't know why I want to say spiritual air. Well, yeah. And as I said, you know, both Saturn and Jupiter is, you know, aligning in the same sign. So it makes it even more powerful and significant. And the signs that are going to be impacted most by this conjunction is obviously Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, and Scorpio. And if you have these signs as your fixed signs, your moon signs, or your rising signs, it is going to bring significant change into your life. Upheaval, is that what you call it? The next year ahead, it's going to be major. And I have Leo rising and I have Moon Scorpio, so I'm very grateful to be a part of like this significant change. So pay attention to where you have this in your sign, because it has different meanings for different people. So the next year ahead is going to be very interesting. And it's not going to be like anything negative, but you're not going to stay the same person, and you're not going to stay in the same place as who you were in the past, or you know where. And during this like pandemic that we have been going through, that we are still going through, people, you know, have been living in their own little world. And I really feel like those walls are going to be broken down now. Soon. Very soon, I heard. I feel people are ready to burst out their new skin. People are ready to show their true colors. And I know from myself that if this pandemic would not have happened, I would probably do the same thing that I have done the past 10 years. So we, you know, we can say a lot about it, and it comes with a lot of lessons. It comes with a lot of like, you know, think about where you step, think about what you do. It has really changed us in a big way, and I feel like I've spoken about this before, that, you know, again, the universe likes to bring in chaos to shake up our lives and to bring out the truth. That's another thing, because Aquarius is the sign of truth, so there will be truth shown. You will know where you are going now. You're not going to be unsure about it, and I feel that is what is happening with people now, breaking down the walls and, you know, jumping out there. But we are not going to be the same people. We are finally taking our mask off. I spoke about that in the major shift, I feel. Otherwise it was the new moon video. I will link it up here, because I can't remember if in what video I spoke about this with the mask, taking the mask off in our rising and our moon sign. And the winter solstice, which is when, you know, this cosmic significance happens, does represent new beginnings, rebirth. The energy right now is ready for you to make these new changes in your life, to finally do what you have put your mind up for the past month, where we have been in lockdown. Because I know that every one of you had to make new plans, or have thought about making new plans with the situation that we have been in. And it's a part of your preparation. It's a part of your new life. So if someone out there is like sitting with new ideas and you have been unsure if it's a part of your new life, it is a part of your new life, because it came during this time. A very significant, special time. And again, I will remind you guys, the last time we had this conjunction, which was in 1623, I think, there was the big plague happening in Italy, I think it was, or Spain. Is that the same? And there was a lot of other things happening. There was like major for the life around us. So that is what's happening now. And that's why I love looking into astrology, because it's not random. You are not random. Whatever happens in your life is not random. But we are learning to look at it from different ways. You know, not be scared of it, not be pessimistic. Again, you also have to realize that you have a power inside of you with your thoughts to manifest. So if you're scared and you are panicking, you're manifesting more of that into your life. But you also have your spirit guides and your angels to actually try to push you in the right direction. But if you're not listening to them, if you're staying in a 3D level, which is negative, I will get into that more, your angels and spirit guides are not going to be able to reach you as much as if you fully step into this 5D energy, which is a higher vibration, which is what this Age of Aquarius is all about. It is also a time where the veil between other dimensions and the spirit world is very, very thin, and it is going to stay this way for a long time. But it's very open right now for you to take advantage of it, for you to, you know, once you tap into that other world and see things, you're being aware of things there, you're attracting it more and more. So it is a very important time for us right now. We are able to be more in tune with the 5D world, with the spiritual dimensions, with our angels and our spirit guides, with our higher self. And it's also a time where we are more connected and where we are more open to the energy of the earth, nature, animals, the seasons. You might feel the seasons heavier or more intense than usually. You're connecting with plants, did I say that? Which is funny because I got the money plant and I, you know, depotted it. I never had plants, never. And now I have, and I want to have more of them. So I can bring truth to all this magic. And Aquarius is the sign of teamwork. It's the sign of society. It's very progressive. It's very humanitarian. Is that how you say it? So obviously this is, you know, parts that we are going to see more of happening in our life. It is the energy that we're going to have around us now. It's what we're stepping into, which is actually pretty amazing. We are going to be able to find more peace. We are going to be able to raise our vibrations, which is funny now that I made that series, how to raise your vibrations, the 111 practices. And I use Kai Gray's book. I will link my playlist up here because we talk about what he says and we discuss things, and it's so funny that I started this series like over a year ago, I feel. And it has actually prepared a lot of you guys to step into this energy. It's also going to be easier for you guys to manifest now, which is also something we like. So again, it's also to show you guys the finger, be like, it's going to be easier for you to manifest. So pay attention to what you're thinking about, because you're also manifesting faster. My leg is sleeping, so I'm changing position. I'm stretching my feet. I don't know why. It's, for some reason, I feel more calm when I am sitting on the ground speaking with you guys. Well, maybe it's this like energy that we are connected with, you know, with earth, with nature. Yeah, it could be. And I always have to sit in front of a window when I film, because I do that now, so that I can, you know, look at the trees. I can look at the wind, because it's very windy today. It helps me out. So do we connect more with nature and, you know, the earth? I think we do. Also just animals. Yeah, I mean, there's so many things, people. So now that I talked about this, like, Aquarius is the sign of truth, we are going to see a lot of secrets being revealed in your life, but also, you know, around the world, when it comes to the government, when it comes to television, media, whatever else you can put in there. And I feel like it's something that you already now see, that the truth comes out about people. Also in our life, we're realizing a lot of things, which sometimes, you know, it can also be scary, because I know it for myself that you start to see people in your life differently. You start to see a pattern in people that you didn't see before, and with that, whatever you see, you can be like, okay, like, do I fit with this person still? Is this person still going to be a part of my life? Because if you are up here and you are having someone who's down here, you have to realize that you are not going to cross paths anymore. Maybe in the future, if the other person gets on your level. But some people, and I think it's the hardest lesson that this Age of Aquarius comes with. The hardest lesson is to realize that some people that you see as very good friends or family members or boyfriends and girlfriends or whatever it is, might not be a part of your life in the future. And this can just, again, this can be a short-lived period of time, but I feel like some people realize that they need to distance themselves from some people for you to actually break loose and go out there. Don't sit back just because that you have a friend or whatever else that just don't want to move, because you have to think about yourself now. And if you have a friend or a girlfriend or boyfriend who doesn't seem to want to move with you, then you need to cut the cord, because you have to realize that you are dragging that person with you, you know, and it makes you slow. It binds you to this 3D world, and that is what we're stepping out of. So obviously things are going to, you know, come out into the open, which I feel like we have already seen that a lot with people, with media, with government, whatever else is happening with ourselves. Also just recently, the fact that like they have confirmed that yeah, aliens are real, like otherworldly beings are real. They are working closely with them. I did a video about that. I can't actually remember what video that was. If I can find it, I will link it up here, because it might actually have been in one of the advent calendar videos, episodes. If anyone out there can remember that, link it down below or write what it's called so that other people can find it if other people want to see it. But a lot of things are coming out, and I feel like a lot of things are also going to come out when it comes to the paranormal. We are going to be able to get more evidence, which is good for people out there who are, you know, seeking the paranormal, filming the paranormal, which I have also done a lot in the past. I have a ton of videos on my vlog channel. I'm going to link it up here if you guys want to see it. I just paid attention to 717, which is a very good number. So it's going to be easy for you to get evidence, also evidence of what it is that you want to create. So if you want to lose weight, you will see the evidence quickly. If you're studying something, you're going to see the evidence of that study. Also the fact that people are going to be able to heal themselves. You're going to realize that you are a healer, that you have healing powers. And there's going to be way more of alternative living and alternative medicine and stuff like that. Also, another thing that I saw was that they are actually growing seafood in labs now, so that we can save, you know, obviously our oceans and all the fish in the oceans, because that if you think about sushi, it is a major industry and it is kind of killing off very important species. And you know, I am a very big sushi lover, so yeah. And for people who are like, oh, like lab-grown seafood, that sounds disgusting. What I learned from it is that they take cells from those animals, so there's no chemicals or anything in it. It should taste the same. I mean, if you think about it, I think they already do that. The meat and stuff that people eat is in one way or another processed, but you know, they have parts not chemicals, well, who knows, but there is, you know, lab grown things in other things. Yeah, so there's a lot of alternative things happening right now. And another thing with all this is the breakdown of systems, of our systems, of the government. And it is also changes that we are already seeing. There is a major shift happening here, and it's not something scary, because I think the universe is kind of trying to take over a little bit, being like, okay, humans, we have been looking at you guys for the past 2,000 years, and you guys apparently still don't get the message. Some people don't. It's people who are going to spiritual awakening. We are seeing the truth. We are awakening. That's why it's called an awakening, a spiritual awakening, because you are awakening to something bigger. And I'm not even done talking about the amazing things that's going to happen. So stay tuned. Now I was about to say Apple. Maybe something is going to come out about Apple. Who knows? Or something, you know, about apples, that they have a significant healing ability. If you think about that, apples are important in the Adam and Eve story. Who knows? So let's get into the juicy details. Not that the past things that we talked about was not juicy, because they were, but we people are moving into the 5D, the 5th dimension. And some people might be like, oh, does that mean that we are like moving out to space or teleporting ourselves into another dimension? No, you're just picking up on that energy. Again, I'm going to explain it as good as I can. So we are basically moving from the 3D into the 5D energy. We are moving into a higher vibrational dimension, a higher level of spirituality, higher level of manifestation, higher level of love, higher level of consciousness. We are connecting our earthly. It's so interesting if you think about what I have been speaking about the past month. We are connecting the 10% that is our 3D mindset with our higher self, which is our 5D consciousness. We are connecting those two energies together. Finally, think about all the things you're going to be able to manifest and do now. All the knowledge that's just available to you. And for people who are a little bit confused about what this means. So as a human, we have a 3D consciousness. Everybody's, you know, got a 3D consciousness. And another thing I learned is that animals, especially cats, have a 5D consciousness, because they hear and see other things. They are actually here on Earth to help us, and when they sleep, they are in the other dimension. Yeah, I knew that Moon is plotting things while he's sleeping, because he's sleeping a lot. If you think about it, cats sleep up till, is it 15 hours a day? They are mostly awake at night. Why is that? I see you, Moon. I know. And the 3D consciousness is being represented by the feeling of fear, worry, doubt, the lack of greater worldview. This is this energy of seeing oneness in all things, with no true separation deeper than appearances. Suffering, working harder to succeed, being locked in time and place. I'm stretching my feet again. I mean, already there. I know a lot of you guys can, the camera stopped again. And I know that a lot of you guys can say yes to a lot of these limitations, a lot of these, like the 3D consciousness, because who wants to stay in the 3D consciousness or the 3D lower levels after knowing that this is what it's about? The water is making noises. I was like, what is that? But it's actually scary to think about that we have been trapped in this energy for a long time. Our whole entire life. Our grandparents, our parents, you know, they have been trapped in this energy. And now we are actually lucky that we are actually stepping into this new energy. yeah, you are lucky. And I know that a lot of us feel this way because we have been trapped in this energy, this 3D mindset, this 3D paradigm. And I spoke about this in my last video with us connecting the north and south nodes, the dragon's head and the dragon's tail. So we're going from the dragon's head to the dragon tail now. It's a part of it. I might already have linked that video. And a lot of people are talking about this fact that we are living in a lower vibrational planet that invites lower vibrations in, which is what we talked about, but also evil entities or evil spirits, depression, fear, anxiety, hate, jealousy. And with, you know, these lower vibrational beings, they do bring in more fear, more worry, more anxiety and all that. They yeah. And think about that we have been in this energy our whole entire life. So yeah, we are learning something new, something that we haven't stepped into before, something that our parents haven't stepped into, something that our grandparents haven't stepped into. So we have nothing to weigh it on, you know, we have nothing to, what you call that, compare it with. So obviously, if people say we are stepping into another dimension, people are like, oh my god, you are a freak. Because they don't know any different than that, because they haven't learned about it. It's a new world, people. Yes. So I know that for some people this might sound crazy, but it's actually not so crazy if you think about it. Because if you are a part of my channel, you already believe in all this. So I guess you can say that we are actually more exposed to this lower energy with staying in this low energy. So again, why wouldn't you step into the 5D? Why wouldn't you try to see what it is instead of being like, oh, I don't believe in it? Because if you are one, or if you know people who are like, I don't believe in it, it's because they're just too connected to the 3D. They're just too, again, their paradigm is just too locked up in fear and worry. And sometimes with this fear and worry, and that's another thing that I know from myself, it attracts, or it comes more up in our life when we see TV shows that brings fear and worry. If we watch news, because there's a lot of, you know, there's a lot of low vibrations. True news, there is. I don't watch news anymore. And I have spoken about this before too, that there is some movies that I loved in the past that I can't watch anymore, such as Saw, or like the TV series Grey's Anatomy. I cannot watch that anymore. I can't. I know it's because that I changed the energy into 5D. I changed that vibration. Because watching, for example, I'm not telling you not to watch those series, because again, it depends on how your vibrations is with that. But we also have to realize that if you watch crime and if you watch whatever else it is, then we take that energy in. And I do love to watch crime documentaries. I love to watch movies that has something to do with the paranormal or aliens and stuff like that, because that's what I believe in. That's the vibrational energy that I believe in. Maybe not so much the crime, but I always make sure to listen to my body, that if I'm like, I can't watch anymore, I just watch something happy after, so that I quickly can change my energy. Also with the food that we eat, again, there's so many things. There's so many levels, so many... I could continue on that. So, you know, that is why we are actually being forced to step into this 5D. That's why it's everywhere. That's why everyone's talking about it. Because we are being pushed into the 5D. Because the more people who believe in it, the higher our planet is rising, obviously. And I do understand why aliens doesn't want to come down here. Because obviously it's a low vibration, you know. And that's why I also told you guys that you have to be on a higher vibration if you want to connect with your angels and guides. Yeah, You do need that, because otherwise you are not at the same energy. And that's also why I mentioned the fact that some friends of yours are going to fall away, because if they are not on the same vibration, you guys can communicate with them, and it's going to make you weak, or it's going to make you annoyed to be around them. And I know how hard it is, believe me, I know. But pay attention to that. And I feel like we have been prepared for this moment for many, many, many years now. With learnings, with teaching, with studying, with analyzing, with us understanding the spiritual in a new way. You are essentially putting all these limitations behind you now. All the fear, the worry, the limitations, you know, the time, doubt, jealousy, whatever it is you're laying and putting that behind you. We are moving up to the next level, on a conscious level, on a spiritual level. And there's a shift that really, really, really needs to happen here, so that we can invite higher frequencies in. And I'm not just talking about you and me, I'm talking about our planet, our world. We want to invite higher vibrations in, because we know what those higher vibrations bring us. And it's also, you know, for other worldly beings to want to communicate with us, wanting to come out here, wanting to share technology with us, because, you know, they're probably more advanced than we are, but we also have to be ready for that. And again, if we stay on a 3D level, how can we learn about all that magic? You know, and that's also why I feel like it's true, this fact that they have not shown themselves yet, because we will probably think that it's evil beings, because we have been feeding our minds with aliens are bad, because that is what the movies tell us, that is what the government tells us, right? In one way or another. Or that's, you know, with that oh yeah, like, you know, back in the days, using tarot cards was the work of the devil, you know? There's a lot of things that is going to change. And now tarot cards and oracle cards just like, it's just everywhere now. But when I started doing tarot cards on YouTube, it was not as big as it is today. So I feel like we have already managed to raise the vibration of our consciousness and of what is real, what we can do. I heard someone say we have words that want to be spoken, and we want to speak freely about these things, like I do now. If I think back to 1 year ago, I would not have been sitting here talking about that. Yes, aliens are true, stepping into another dimension. I would not have dared to separate myself from the flock, which is something we do now. We separate ourselves from the flock because then we want to expand our mind. Again, you just use 10% of your brain, which is the 3D consciousness. Why not tap into your full potential, which is the 19%? And that 19% is waiting for you in the fifth dimension. I feel like there's a lot of people, a lot of beings here. I feel like I have an audience. And it's funny because Moon has been like looking in other directions or looking up, and she's looking up with like this blinking. And I know that when cats, they blink slowly, it's because they're giving kisses. So I don't know who she is kissing around with over there. But it's very calm here. It's funny because the studio, if I have customers or friends over, they're like, man, it's calm here. Like it has another vibration, and obviously it has that because it's, you know, I made it that way. This is my 5th dimension. Stepping out there is the 3D dimension. No wonder a lot of us have been in a lockdown, right? Yeah, because we are learning to create a 5th dimension in our tiny space. Yeah. It's very interesting to think about, like, what we did in the past, why we did certain things, and what we are doing now. But yeah, paranormal, all that stuff is going to show itself you know, with time, obviously we just step into the Age of Aquarius, like fully stepped into it. We have been prepared for a long time. So now we are just learning, people. We are learning. Life is about learning. And who knows what we are going to experience, you know, the next year ahead. Because I feel like the moment more and more and more and more people are raising or rising their vibrations, the more open the otherworldly being is going to be with us. Also with your spirit guides and your animal totems or whatever it is. Wouldn't it be amazing if you suddenly could speak with our animals? Again, there's no limits. Do not limit yourself to what you can believe in. If you want to believe that flowers can fly or that you can levitate your couch or whatever it is, that you can paint your walls with your mind, then do it. There's no limits. And if people try to limit you, just step away from them. Don't discuss don't try to change other people's mind, because some people are just not ready for this yet. And they will be. If you change, they change. And it's something that I have seen a lot with, especially with my family, that they have been always like, oh, you can't make money with YouTube, and that spiritual thing is weird. Now they are all into it in their own ways. And I didn't do anything. I just changed myself. And the whole entire world around me changed with me. So it takes one person to change and be you, and then the rest is going to come. Because if you have a mindset of like, oh, I have to change my parents, or I have to change my kid, then you put this like, I have to change something. That means that it's not okay, or it's broken. You know what I mean? So you just have to be you, raise your vibrations, and other people will snap into it. They're going to be like, what is that smell? What is that pie? What is that, you know, what is it that you wear? Why are you smiling? They're going to be curious. Is that what you call it? Curious. And we are going to experience this like oneness with other people. We are going to experience forgiveness. We are going to tolerate people that we might not have tolerated before. And again, vice versa. You're going to tolerate the past. You're going to look at your past differently, and you're going to accept what happened. Because again, blame is a lower vibration. I might actually do an episode where we talk about what is low vibration and what is high vibration. Does that? Things are happening. Welcoming in unconditional love. And I have mentioned this in other videos where I spoke about that we manifest with love. So the higher you love, the higher you welcome in love, the higher you are able to manifest. So the faster you're able to manifest. Like you want to manifest coffee, right? You think that you want to have coffee, you smell the coffee, you feel that you are sitting with your coffee, and 3 minutes after, someone's going to knock on your door and boom, coffee. You know, it's going to be that quick. It's also going to be easier for you to meditate. It's going to be easier for you to do lucid dreaming. Again, understand the dreams. You're going to dream more. You're going to, again, see things and feel things that you didn't feel before. It's going to be so much easier for you. Communicating with your higher self, communicating with your angels and guides, your ancestors. It's going to be easier for you to overcome sickness. You might not even get sick because it's not a part of your life. Standing tall and being healthy is going to be a part of your life now. Because again, sickness is a low vibration. So if you don't stay in a low vibration, you're not going to be sick. And obviously, you know, you're expanding your intuition. You are communicating with your angels, otherworldly beings, other people's higher self. Not only your higher self, but other people's higher self. Your twin flames, your soulmates. And we have been living in an age where we kind of have separated ourselves from other people. We have been very fearful of the world and other people. And now we're stepping into the good old days where teamwork was important, where we ask each other if there is something, helping each other, tolerating each other. We are interacting with other people. It's this communal living coming back, supporting each other, applauding each other instead of hating and being competitive. It will fall away. And obviously, you know, this shift is going to happen with time. It's nothing that's going to happen from one day to another, because we are learning a lot of tools. We are learning to trust ourselves. We are learning to handle the things that we did not know existed. You know, it is going to take time to step in from a 3D mindset to a 5D mindset. It is. I really wonder how long this video is going to be. But I feel a lot of us have already been prepared, you know, for this shift for the longest time. And a lot of you guys who has been subscribed to my channel, you have been prepared for the longest time, because we spoke about this even before that we knew that this was going to happen. Because I feel like we have felt that there is a shift happening, but not on this level. And I'm very proud of all of you who has stick with me and who has been open, you know, for all the things that I've spoken about. And you have raised yourself from a 3D consciousness to a 5D consciousness, which is something you can be goddamn proud of. Now you're fully ready to step into your magical powers. And, you know, maybe you're not going to be able to walk on water yet, but, you know, who knows what we are going to be able to do once we step into this energy. The camera is already blinking, so yeah. It is like a long-term effect that people are going to feel, and we are going to, or we need to be able to, or we need to be willing to work together to get to, you know, a new consciousness. And I am going to talk about some symptoms that some of you guys might have felt, that you are feeling. I feel like a lot of you guys are feeling these symptoms. And obviously this is a sign, if you feel these symptoms, it is a sign that you are ascending, is that how you call that? From a lower vibrational world into a higher vibrational world. A higher vibrational living. A 5D living. And I am going to, if I can find my phone, I am going to talk about these. And I found this through a website, so I'm going to link it down below so you guys can see it as well. So obviously I'm going to give her credit. I think it's her who made it. Because I learned about this some days ago and I was like, oh my god, when I saw it. Okay. The open spirit. So let's see what the symptoms is, because I know a lot of you guys can check off each and one of these. So we are going to go through them, people. Ringing in the ears. Yeah. Your hearing is being adjusted to be able to hear higher frequencies. Check. And I know a lot of you guys can say check to that as well. And I actually spoke with someone, or someone made a comment a long time ago where I spoke about this, because sometimes when I do readings, I have this ringing in my ear, and someone made a comment, well, maybe you're just becoming sick, maybe you have tinnitus or stuff like that. I was like, no, it's not. Battery died, we changed it. I don't know when it cut off, but obviously, like I said, it's not that. It's another way. And the mindset with like, oh, it's just tinnitus or it's just whatever else, is a 3D mindset. And again, like I said, people, we are not on that mindset or that frequency anymore. Okay, phone. So that is number one. Sleep interruptions. You are working out what holds you back in life during your sleep state. Check. Yes. Feeling drained of energy. Energy is moving into the physical body for clearing. Frequent headaches or pressure in the head. The 6th and 7th chakra opening up. And I have spoken about that in the past. You guys know, because I have had to take days off because I had those major headaches that I have never experienced in my life. So, and I haven't had it for a long time, but it's very interesting, right? If you think about it. Heart palpitations or fluttering sensations. Yes. Yeah. Your heart chakra is clearing out old wounds. Oh, okay. There's a lot of birds. Ooh. Wounds to allow more unconditional love to enter. Sudden or extreme changes in body temperature. Energy is running through you, clearing out old energetic patterns. And yes, I have had that a lot, where I can feel totally fine and suddenly I just get very, very cold, or I have shivers or tingling sensations. Yeah. Feeling as you don't belong or detached from the external world. You may be becoming aware that you are more than what you thought you were. Yes. And increased sensitivity to nature. Becoming aware you are part of the whole. Yes. A sudden increase in synchronicities. Yeah, I know a lot of us, or all of us, can say yes to that. Your frequency and vibration is matching that of the higher source. And the last one is becoming more introverted. You may be feeling the need to go inward for answers. Yes, I have felt that. So she's also writing a chapter of how to erase these symptoms, or how to ease, how to erase. And obviously she is talking about, like, you know, if you have some of these symptoms, you should go to the doctor. Yeah, just to get it checked out. But if you, again, you know if this is like symptoms of you ascending. Seek out a spiritual teacher, a coach like moi. That's why I'm here. That you resonate with, to help you build a strong, solid spiritual foundation, which will help you move through your ascension process with ease. That's what I'm doing. You did a good choice choosing me. You guys don't know that I actually chose you guys way before that you chose me. That's how the universe works. Okay, connecting with your spirit guides will dramatically help you in the ascension process by keeping you informed of what is taking place. Yes, another thing. I have felt so much peace after I started working with my team, my spirit guides. And it's something that I'm also trying to teach you guys how you can do it. So I will do more videos about that. So the fifth one is join a like-minded spiritual community or circle to support and encourage your thought through your spiritual awakening. And there is a lot of communities, but obviously choose wisely, because there's also a lot of communities that kind of limit you because they just put you in a box. So choose a group where you can feel free and where you can speak about a lot of different things. And if there's toxicity in a group, leave it, because again, that means that it's a 3D vibration. Also, I know a lot of you guys are interested in twin flame and soulmate energies. Don't let that hold you back, because that's also a part of limiting yourself. You stepping into a 5D world now, you know, attracts that twin flame, you know, without that you need to do anything. That is what's happening on this journey. And if you are on a twin flame journey, obviously, you know, you and your twin, you are on 2 different journeys, so that you can align. So I feel like it's very important for you to realize what, you know, this stepping into the 5D actually means to you. But people, we have reached the end. We have spoken about everything that I want to speak about, and I feel like we did a good job going through everything. I feel like I have gone through everything. Yeah. I heard someone say I have, so I have. Yeah. But I can't wait to get this up for you guys, and I do feel like it would be a good idea to put it live, so that we can communicate, and so that you guys can, you know, talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. But if you have any suggestions for what else I should film, leave it in a comment. If you are in need of a private reading, healing session, or removal of blocks, all information is down below. Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!